Hi, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. I just wanted to come out today and do a medium moment to address and answer some questions that I received from a healing session that I recorded and posted on Sunday. And I was pleasantly surprised that so many people were interested and had questions about the healing session that I did. I feel now what Spirit is definitely pushing me to do and telling me to do is do as much healing as I possibly can, to offer as much healing as I have the time for, because the world and all of us and all living beings need healing at the moment. I feel right now the um, the the vibrations of our world, our physical realm, is rather heavy and rather low vibrational. So any spirit work you can do, healing, evidential mediumship, trance mediumship, any help that we can offer anyone who comes into our sort of realm of light helps bring the vibration up, and the world really needs an influx and injection of higher energy and higher vibrational energy lately, for sure. Okay, so I try to offer these healing sessions as often as I can. I'll send out maybe once a month if I have the time to put together a healing list, and I work from the healing list. I will post the original video that I did um, this last Sunday. Um, from the healing session. So if you haven't seen it, you can watch it. I was careful. People sent me their full names. I just used their first names to protect them and sort of just respect their privacy. But the more healing we can offer, the better. So any of you, you can always offer healing. It's really just a thought. There is a process to it, but make your own process. At the end of the day, as long as you can create a clear and pure vessel, us, to request the healing or for the healing to move through us, the better. Okay, so I want this to be a medium moment. I've already talked for at least 2 minutes, so I will try to keep this to about 10 minutes. So the questions that I received, hold on, I put them all together. So the first question I received was, how often do I read the names from the healing list when I request the healing to be sent to the people on the healing list? I do it as often as I'm pushed to do it. I have to do it once. I know that's part of the process. If I feel called to go back and read the names again later in the day, I will. You can keep an ongoing healing list, add more names to it as you go, and then slowly the older names sort of fall out. And if people need more healing, they'll reach out to me again. And I keep a running list, and I do it as often as I can. The next question was, why do I have to say the names out loud when God and the spirit realm are very much aware of our thoughts? Good question. It's just a process. And usually, if I'm sitting here on my own, if I don't have someone to sit with, like a healing circle or a healing group, I will actually just read the names in my mind and say them, from my thoughts. Because yes, I do believe that God and the spirit realm are aware of our thoughts. Thoughts are energy, and energy will moves very quick into different realms. But it's more just a process that I have. You don't have to say the names out loud, but if you're with someone else or you're with a healing group, it's nice to say the names out loud, because it just helps remind people of the intention that we're just a vessel and we can request the healing to move through us from the healing ministries, from our healing guides, or just give the names up to God and the healing ministries, and they will make sure the healing goes where it needs to go. Okay, so next question was, thank you for showing us your process for the healing list. You're welcome. I knew a healer who got very tired after providing healing. Is this normal, or can you help us not become tired when doing healing? I actually don't get tired when I request the healing or when the healing energies move through me. It's a question of, I think, as a healer or as a spirit worker, we do have our own energy, we have our own magnetic power. But you really, any sort of spirit work you do, you should really try to harness the power of the spirit. For me, I feel it coming from behind me and a bit on my right, and use that energy. Any sort of spirit work I do, I'm actually rather hyper. um, when I'm done with it. So that tells me that I'm using their energy and this power surge that I have after I'm done with the sessions or whatever I'm doing with spirit. That's sort of just a remnant of the spirit energy moving through me. I think if you're using your own power to work with spirit, that's when you can start to feel drained. I don't think it's dangerous to use your own energy, but it's way better and way more powerful to use the power of the spirit and to not tap your own energy resources. It's not dangerous, but it can, it's draining you of your own power. And when you're drained, when you're tired, when your defenses kind of go down, when you're exhausted, your immune system goes down. So you definitely can get a cold from when your immune system starts to dip. So I tend to try to stay away from my own power when I'm working with spirit. I have to build my power, of course, but that kind of connects to the spirit power, the spirit influence all around me, whatever I'm doing with spirit. And then I just kind of harness that power and use that instead of my own energy. Um, okay, the next question actually really interested me. Okay, I heard a lot of healers can become sick when working with healing, picking up the illness or disease from the people they are trying to heal. First point there. Can you help us protect ourselves from becoming sick from healing? First of all, I don't feel that you can pick up the disease or illness of anyone that you are trying to help heal. It's not power isn't coming from you. Like I said before, I think, like I said before, if you're using your own energy and you're really exhausting yourself when working with spirit, you can get sick because your defenses go down. I think that's not even just spirit work, but whatever. When you're feeling tired or drained, you open yourself up to colds or to illnesses for sure. Um, I don't feel that any healer can pick up a disease um, or an illness or the symptoms of the person they are working with for healing. I don't think that's a healthy belief system to have. I know when I work in healing, I'm surrounded by a golden light of the divine that protects me. Protection more protection is also a strange word for me because I don't think I need protection from the spirit realm. I don't really deal with low vibrational belief systems of low vibrational spirits or attachments or entities or things like that. I think it's all about love. So my attitude really is, if we're going into this work, right, if we're devoting our time, money for training, for travel, for workshops, or anything like that, why do we then kind of put the dark spin on it, the negative spin on it, when it's really all about love and light? I don't believe the spirit realm, in their wisdom, would allow us to be harmed when we're all just trying to help people. And when we help, we are being of service. And then we have thousands, if not millions, of beautiful spirit beings have our back, who are with us, who are watching over us, who are helping us, who are assisting us. Um, the word protection for me, just to digress for a second, I'm much more concerned about protection from living people than spirit. I'd much rather hang out with spirit than most people. I have a feeling a lot of you can relate to that. And light attracts light, love attracts love. If we're doing healing, we're doing God's work. We're doing the healing ministry's work. So why would we be at risk of becoming sick? I don't believe illness is something you can like flick off and then you catch it as someone flicks it off the patient. I just don't think these are very healthy belief systems. No disrespect to anyone who has these belief systems, but my thing is I want to stay in the light. I want to stay in the good. And I believe that God, the divine spirit, light, universe, whatever your belief systems are, I believe that's all about love and light and helping. Okay. So yeah, I've never gotten any sort of illness or disease from doing healing. And if in fact, I know when healing energies are moving through me, um, that I'm actually receiving the healing as well. So, and God watches out for their own. So I know when I provide help, I'm also receiving help. When I help people, I know I'm getting all the help that I need to help as many people as I possibly can. I really do believe that the best thing you can say to spirit is just say to them, help me so I can help you. And then it just flows through and they will do what they have to do to help you. So we can help humanity and they can help humanity and all living beings through us. Okay, last question I got. How am I doing with time? Okay. Um, Last question I got is it possible if you get too many names to just set the intention that all the names on the healing list will receive the healing that they need without reading the names individually? Yes, that's a healing book. So a lot of people will just transcribe the names for the people requesting healing into a book. And if you put your hands on a book or just set your attention um, that all people within this healing book on that healing list receive the healing, yeah, you can do that as well. I do that a lot too. If the names become, because people need healing now. So if I put out a call for distant or absent healing, I will get 50 to 100 names, depending how much time I'm leaving for them to see the post and to give me their names. So a lot of times I don't have the time to read 100 names. So I'll either type them all out, print the list out, or I have a healing book as well. I'll write them out by hand. And then I'll just put my hand on the book and request that all the people who have reached out to receive healing, the ones who names who are written down in this book, receive the healing that they need. So you can do that as well. And how? Oh, sorry, one last question. I forgot. Thank you for your video. You're welcome. I see the healing took about 3 to 4 minutes. Is this the normal amount of time, or should I sit longer for the to request the healing go to where it needs to whom it needs to go to? It's honestly, it's a good question. I believe the Healing Act, the act of actually providing healing to who needs it, that starts right away with the intention of that making myself a vessel and a conduit for the healing to flow through me, or to request the names and giving them up to the healing ministries. I believe the minute I sit down for healing, the Healing Act has already started. Spirit knows who needs the healing, right? So healing is instantaneous. I think it goes really fast. But if you're doing a healing session, like a live healing session or something like this online, because we're working through the human mind, it might last about half an hour, right? If I have a larger list and I'm reading all the names off of the list and I have like a healing circle put together and I have like 4 or 5 people with me, I will read the names off and then we'll all sit with the intention of everyone's name who was read off receives the healing that they need from the healing ministries. I'll usually will allow it about 10 minutes. And you can really feel the energy. If you're a healer, you know what I'm talking about. You can feel the energy of the healing moving through you and out to where it needs to go. Or if you just give the names up to the healing ministries, you can feel the energy build and the healing kind of just shoots out. So it's really up to you. You can sit for an hour with the healing list. You can sit for a few minutes. I do believe it works like that, the healing. So, but if you're doing a live healing session, meaning one-on-one or one healer, two healies, whatever, that's usually about half an hour or so. And that's because the human mind, the conscious mind, kind of needs that time to relax. It's a whole other process with a one-on-one face-to-face healing session. I'll do a video about that at some point, because you need to relax the healee. You need to bring them into a state of trust and surrender that whatever they receive is exactly what they need to. But yeah, it's a pretty quick thing, but you devote as much time as you can devote to healing. It's beautiful. If you want to sit for an hour with a list, sit for an hour. If you want to sit for 10 minutes, sit for 10 minutes. It's the intention. The intention is thought. Thought moves at light speed, at the speed of light, I should say. Okay. So anyway, I just want to answer those questions and make this into a meeting in moment. How am I doing? Okay, good with time. Thank you for your questions and all of your interest in healing. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to my guides, because they really are pushing me to do as much healing and train as many people as I can to be healers, because it's really what the world needs right now. I wish everyone a lovely day, and I send you my love.